Hello and welcome to another MCU video. Get excited for today because we are going to talk about probably the biggest MCU movie project in history of movies, I would definitely say. This movie basically pretty much broke the internet in Marvel history. I would definitely say that and stuff. And we are going to talk about the Avengers Endgame from 2019. So it's crazy we're here and stuff. If you were watching right in the beginning where I started YouTube and stuff, starting with Iron Man, we're here, Avengers Endgame. Let's get hyped. And I don't need to absolutely say more of cast members or whatever and stuff. Like honestly, every person you would notice from Iron Man to all of the rest of the MCU movies are in this movie. Like it is absolutely insane of how many people there are and stuff. Like you could say you can name one person in each movie and stuff and they will be in this movie. Starting off with Hawkeye and his family, so we fortunately know he was retired and in family hostage or whatever, similar like Ant-Man to Scott Lang. And fortunately, we didn't really see Clay Barton in Avengers Infinity War because, again, a house arrest in a way. So he's just basically just having family time and stuff. And this was also happening when pretty much everybody was facing Thanos in Wakanda. And so we had a little glimpse of them at the Barton's house. And when Hawkeye was about to see his daughter and stuff, she kind of like disappeared. And then the rest of the other family also disappeared. So, just saying enough, Thanos snapped Hawkeye's family away. And he's like, freaking out. I would. Tony and Nebula is still in space of like nowhere and stuff because obviously on Titan everybody got snapped and they're running away of oxygen, so who knows if they are going to survive in a way. But of another notice of but fortunately Captain Marvel came to the rescue to help Tony and Nebula going back to Earth to the Avengers Tower. Tony and Cap, they had a little moment to the time, like I can't face him, so did I, it's just a little emotional enough of now like the whole group is kind of like getting back together in a way. Cap and Tony basically had a very emotion talk.
Tony, you fought him.
Who told you that? You fight him. No, he wiped my face with a planet while the Bleecker Street magician gave away the store. That's what happened. There was no fight because he's unbeatable.
Did he give you any clues? Any coordinates? Anything? Tony, I'm gonna need you to focus.
And I needed you. As in past tense. That trumps what you need. It's too late, buddy. Sorry. Did we lose? You said, we'll do that together, too. And guess what, Cap? We lost. And you weren't there. But that's what we do, right? Our best work after the fact. What are the Avengers? We're the Avengers, not the pre-Vengers.
Okay.
Right?
You made your point. Just sit down, okay?
Nothing for you, Cap. I got no coordinates, no clues, no strategies, no options, zero, zip, nada. No trust. Liar.
The Avengers actually found Thanos where his retirement planet, wherever he went to just rest. Him and fortunately, they were thinking about getting the Infinity Stones and basically maybe snap again and then maybe hopefully, bring everybody back. But Thanos doesn't have the Infinity Stones because Thanos basically destroyed the stones with the other stones. And then Thor went after the head. And then we went in 5 years later into the future of the movie. And now, like, I have a feeling this movie is, like, not even in our time frame and stuff. And I don't know, it still is. Like, I think it's like a year off or whatever. I'm not 100% sure and stuff. But, like, fortunately enough, it went to, like, 2019 to, like, 2024 in, like, just, like, in a second. Cap had a group of people of very emotion, trying to just get everything off their chest, whatever, and stuff, because, I don't know, I just thinking that's just what Cap does, and stuff.
The world is in our hands. It's left to us, guys. And we gotta do something with it.
Ant-Man is now finally out of the van of the quantum realm, and fortunately a rat pressed the button to get him out. And then he found his daughter in the house, and fortunately she wasn't got snapped, but she is 5 years older what she was before and stuff, and now she's like all grown up. Scott went to the Avengers Tower and basically telling Cap and Black Widow about Time Machine.
It's crazy.
Scott, I get emails from a raccoon, so nothing sounds crazy anymore.
Tony has like a retire home like plan where he went. In the 5 years time, he had a daughter named Morgan. Now we have Smart Hulk, so somehow Bruce Banner put the similar brain into Hulk, and now Hulk is like now talking as Bruce Banner, and it's just it's a weird looking way and stuff. Honestly, it would be interesting if like regular Hulk would actually talk, and he fortunately like was doing okay talking in Thor Ragnarok.
You tiny Avenger!
Tony figured out time travel. Morgan said like probably like the cutest line in the MCU.
I love you 3000.
Hulk, Black Widow, and Captain America basically helping Scott with the time travel stuff, and fortunately they made Scott as like a baby, a teenager, and an old person.
Why the long face? Let me guess, he turned into a baby.
Hulk and Rocket went to the new Asgard and trying to see Thor, and fortunately Thor is now fat. And then we also have this really funny scene where Korg is actually playing Fortnite.
Thor, he's back. That kid on the TV just called me a dickhead again.
Noob Master.
Yeah, Noob Master 69. Called me a dickhead.
Noob Master, hey, it's Thor again. You know, the God of Thunder? Listen, buddy, if you don't log off this game immediately, I'm gonna fly over to your house, come down to that basement you're hiding in, rip off your arms, and shove them up your butt! Oh, that's right, yes, go cry to your father, you little weasel.
Thank you, Thor.
Hey, let me know if he bothers you again, okay?
Thank you very much, I will.
Clint became Ronin because his family is dead, and so he's just like killing people in Tokyo and stuff. I don't know why, but I just think that this is like I know Hawkeye is like already badass in a way, in my opinion, but he is like a better way and stuff. I don't know, but fortunately enough, I like his sword thing. To me, I think that's sick. We had a really funny scene where Brody basically thought of going back in time to kill Thanos as a baby. And fortunately, time doesn't really work as that way.
So Back to the Future is a bunch of bullshit?
All the Avengers group are trying to get ready to time travel. So they got in a round circle, they figure out what they have to do, so they have a big plan. And the first thing we saw, basically, they're going to the Battle of New York in 2012 from the original Avengers movie. Hulk saw Agent One. You probably remember her from Doctor Strange, and she has the Time Stone, so that's why the Hulk went for her. And she did that push magic similar as Doctor Strange, and like taking like fortunately it's so interesting on this one because the Hulk is like, I feeling like banners are already in Hulk, so she kind of like push the real Hulk like out of his body, and then his body, and then Bruce Banner body like is like as like a ghost way when the original body is like down on the floor. Thor and Rocket went to as the original Asgard from Thor in the Dark World, where Natalie Portman character was in Asgard, and she has like the reality on her in a way, so that's why they went to Asgard just to get the reality stone. Tony and Scott was looking at Cap's butt.
As far as I'm concerned, that's America's ass.
You probably remember this scene from Captain America in The Winter Soldier where Cap actually like totally like fight everybody in the elevator, but at this time we didn't have that and stuff. Honestly, I prefer the one in The Winter Soldier, but I think this one is actually pretty cool as well because, Cap is my boy, and fortunately, he was in the elevator with the rest of the people were working for Avengers, but actually there were Hydra instead and stuff. And they have Loki's spear because Loki's spear has the Mind Stone. And fortunately, they gave the spear to Cap because Cap actually said this instead and got away from this.
Hail Hydra.
Showing enough of Cap can be badass at any time. The 2012 Iron Man, Tony Stark, had a little accident when they're trying to get out of the Avengers Tower when Alexander got involved trying to get the Space Stone, or you call it the Tesseract. And fortunately, Ant-Man went into his like chest thing and basically took out one of his, I don't know, oxygen inside. I have no idea what he basically pulled out and stuff, but it made him go as like he has like a heart attack and stuff. And the 2019 Tony is like in like guard suit in a way, and then after Ant-Man got out of Tony's chest thing, he pushes the suitcase with the Tesseract to Tony so he can walk away with the Tesseract. But fortunately enough, the 2012 Hulk actually took down went down the stairs, but sides of the elevator because he, obviously Hulk is too big and stuff. And then he like totally got smashed by the Hulk when he was trying to go to the stairs and just trying to get out of the tower in a way and stuff. So now the Tesseract actually went flying and stuff, went open. The Tesseract went out as well and stuff. And the 2012 Loki was also like I don't know, disarmed or whatever, took the Tesseract, and then he went in, like, in some weird portal, and we have no idea where he went and stuff. But there is a TV show where he actually went. We have 2019 Captain America versus 2012 Captain America. And I think this is like the first time of like any of the Avengers like now fighting against like their self in a way and stuff. You're probably like thinking about time travel type of thing, like Back in the Future when that lady saw herself and then totally passed out. And then, fortunately, 2019 Captain America did beat the 2012 Captain America, and fortunately, Cap saw his own ass.
That is America's ass.
Bruce Banner is giving opinions about time stones. If they would take any of the stones in the time frame in the past, it would actually change the time from the past to the present. But fortunately, Banner basically figure out if they would take it, they can actually put the stones back after they're done and stuff. And then somehow Banner basically told Doctor Strange he gave the time stone to Thanos to sacrifice Tony's life and stuff, because obviously for a reason in a way. So that's why Ancient One basically gave Hulk the time stone. Thor accidentally ran into his mother, and at this time his mother is still alive. And then also we got Mjolnir back now.
I'm totally from the future.
Nebula and Rhodey is going for the Power Stone, and Rhodey basically like knocked down Star-Lord when he was trying to also get the Power Stone in Guardian Galaxy.
So he's an idiot.
Fortunately, we cannot get the Tesseract because of what happened to Tony. Figure out there's another way they would go more back in the time where actually Captain America time. So Cap and Tony went and tried to get the Tesseract, and then even more of the red stuff to time travel around.
You trust me? I do.
This is the last Stan Lee cameo we're ever gonna see from Stan Lee. I didn't even talk about this in Captain Marvel, but they fortunately, around Captain Marvel time, Stan Lee did pass away around at that time when they made that movie. Fortunately, of enough of, this is, again, like, this is the last time we're going to see a Stan Lee cameo, so rest in peace for Stan Lee. Tony got the Tesseract and fortunately ran into his own father. And then we got a young Ant-Man, Hank Pym, and fortunately Cap talked on the phone to Hank about there's a situation, so he now distracted him so he can take the red time machine stuff. I thought this was really interesting because when I saw a short video by somebody else, saw this as well, and we know about Tony saying about he doesn't like people give him things.
I don't like being handed
That's fine,
things.
because
I don't like people handing me things. If you just drop that.
He doesn't like to be handed things.
Yeah, I have a peeve.
Tony's father actually broke that promise in a way of enough, because when they were basically talking to each other, and fortunately Howard Stark had a like brulee flowers stuff he had for his own wife, and basically told Tony to basically hold these flowers, and Tony did it. But I would definitely say enough, Tony's is, having some respect to his own father, especially enough his father doesn't even know, like, hey, like, this is your son in a way. Hawkeye and Black Widow went to Vilmore to get the Soul Stone, and fortunately, when I realized enough of these two were going to Vilmore and stuff, because obviously we know Thanos basically killed Gamora trying to get the Soul Stone. So, to matter of this is like, I have a feeling these two are gonna probably fight each other or whatever. And unfortunately, that's what happened. They did and stuff. Try to sacrifice their self to get the Soul Stone. And I don't know. I got really emotion because I don't want anyone to die in a way. Because fortunately enough, of we like the Avengers characters as well. So it was just a little bummer of enough. It's like, oh shoot, like one of them is gonna die in a way. So I didn't really like that decision in a way of they had these two characters to do that and stuff. And fortunately enough, of they did fight each other, try to sacrifice for themselves to get the Soul Stone, and it went again like back and forth in a way. But fortunately, Hawkeye was about to do it and stuff. He did jump in a way, but fortunately, Black Widow still got ahead of him and totally stopped him to fall. And fortunately, Black Widow is the one died, sacrificed to get the Soul Stone. And in another way of enough of I didn't really want Natasha to die in a way. But fortunately, if Hawkeye would die, we wouldn't have the TV show Hawkeye. A similar scene where Thanos, when he got the Soul Stone, Hawkeye also was in that water scene where he got the Soul Stone in his hand and stuff. And then also he was very emotion in a way. So fortunately enough, everybody has all the stones now and stuff, and now everybody is now going back to present time where they actually started and stuff. Everybody is back besides of Black Widow. They got all the stones together. Hulk, Tony, and Rocket getting the souls, all the Infinity Stones into like their own like gauntlet in a way, similar as Thanos gauntlet, but fortunately this one is more like Iron Man technology look. Hulk is the one to snap the Infinity Stones all together to get everyone back, and fortunately it totally worked. But fortunately enough, of the 2014 Nebula is the one was in 2019 present time to bring the 2014 Thanos to our world and stuff, and bringing his big giant ship through the portal, and he's also shooting a missile at the Avengers Tower, making a big giant explosion. Now this is becoming like the biggest scenes in the movie and stuff, and now we have 2014 Thanos fighting Cap, Thor, and Iron Man at the same time. And now we see Mjolnir is moving on his own and stuff, and then went somewhere else. And unfortunately, it didn't go to Thor. It actually went to Captain America. Like, we all knew this was going to happen. We saw it in Avengers Age of Ultron when Cap was trying to lift Mjolnir the first time, and he slightly almost, got a little sliver to move and stuff. But, fortunately at this time, now he's worthy. And it was just a badass moment and stuff, and then he was kicking Thanos' ass. Thanos attacked Cap with his big giant sword thing at Cap's shield and totally broke his shield as well. And if you really think about it, it's like, well, how did Cap's shield break? Because, you know, obviously it's like probably the rare metal in the MCU, and that's vibranium. But also Thanos' sword thing is also vibranium as well. Cap went on the floor. He got back up because obviously, you know, he can do this all day. But fortunately, he didn't say that. But we like saw this really cool moment where he's just like he's ready. He wants to keep fighting because, you know, he's Cap and stuff. And it just shows like, you know, Cap is like the only one here against like the Thanos people and stuff. And it was just like, is this really gonna happen? Like, are we gonna have like Captain America versus them? Like, is this really gonna happen? But fortunately enough, we hear Sam's voice and stuff. We're getting that scene from when we remember of when Cap was running around in Washington D.C. lapping Falcon on your left. So we're hearing that and stuff, and we are now seeing a portal of the Doctor Strange people opening a portal to help Captain America and the rest against Thanos people. And fortunately, the first person came through is Black Panther, and then Falcon swished through and stuff. Just a relief, bro. A relief. And then showing like the rest of the other Avengers and other superhero people we know in the movie and stuff, and just bringing so much. Like there were so many people went through a Doctor Strange portal and stuff, and I have a feeling like this is probably like the coolest moment we probably ever had in a MCU movie and stuff, and I have a feeling there's possibility like 1,000 and plus more people showed up through Doctor Strange portal to make this big giant battle to happen. And then Cap finally said his Avengers word.
Assemble.
And then we got our big giant battle. You know, I'm gonna do the same thing as in the Avengers. I'm not gonna like, you know, point everything in the battle scene and stuff, but I would absolutely tell you what is like the badass scene, the cool scenes, all the above and stuff, what I thinking if I would share to you guys. So here we go for the last battle. We're seeing Ant-Man as a giant Ant-Man and fortunately punching one of those flying aliens to the ground. Iron Man and Pepper Potts with their suits and working together. Iron Man gave the hug to Peter Parker. This basically made people emotional. Star-Lord saw Gamora, but fortunately this is 2014 Gamora, not 2019 Gamora, because fortunately that Gamora is dead.
The choices were him or a tree.
Black Panther is protecting the Infinity Stones. Wanda is showing her power against Thanos. Spider-Man is using his suit to fight more of the aliens. Captain Marvel showed up and totally took down Thanos' ship.
Hey, Peter Parker. You got something for me?
And then we have another girl power scene. And now we have like more characters together. Iron Man, Thor, and Captain America is trying to stop Thanos to get the Infinity Stones. And Doctor Strange signal Iron Man with one finger. because this is the one we are going to win in a way. So for Iron Man is trying to sacrifice himself, and then Thanos got the Infinity Stones, and he thinks he's gonna win. He says his part. Snap, didn't happen. Huh? And then, fortunately enough, Iron Man is the one that has the Infinity Stones, and he made it like to his suit and all this stuff. Said his last words.
And I am Iron Man.
Snapped, and then basically of enough, all the Thanos alien people, even Thanos, got dusted away. So fortunately enough, hey, we won the battle. We won. But fortunately enough, again, Iron Man sacrificed himself to sacrifice pretty much, I don't know, everyone. The snap pretty much killed him. So everybody was very emotion, especially Cap, because, you know, he losing a really good friend. Everyone is getting back together with their friends and family. And then we have Tony's funeral, and I'm gonna shout out of everyone went to Tony's funeral, starting off with Pepper Potts, Morgan, Happy Rogan, Rhodey, Captain America, Spider-Man, Aunt May, Thor, Hulk, Doctor Strange, Wong, Scott, Hope, Hank, and Janet, Guardians of the Galaxy without Gamora, Black Widow, Okoye, Shuri, Hawkeye and his family, Wanda, Bucky, Falcon, and then if you remember this kid, Harley, he's from Iron Man 3. Now he's like all grown up. Agent Hill, Thunderbolt Ross, Captain Marvel, and then last is Fury. Morgan wants cheeseburger, similar as his father. And you probably remember Tony said this into Iron Man.
I'm gonna get you all the cheeseburgers you want.
And then we really have this really funny and Star-Lord scene.
Me. Right? Yes, you. Of course. Of course. Of course.
Cap brings all the Infinity Stones and the Mjolnir hammer back where they belong to. And fortunately, when he tried to come back, he didn't go through where he actually started. But fortunately enough, we saw somebody sitting on the bench, and fortunately, it is a old Captain America, Steve Rogers. And Steve is giving the shield to Sam. And now Sam is becoming the new Captain America. Steve finally got his dance with P. Carter in the past. And then we have this big cast scene at the end, showing like really cool cast fonts and stuff. Again, just showing enough of this is the last time we're going to have all of these main 6 Avengers cast all together and stuff. Because of Iron Man and Black Widow is dead. So I have a feeling they're not all like, you know, getting together and stuff means what it is and stuff. That is that. Man, that is you know, this was a 3-hour movie and stuff. So I have a feeling I talked a lot and stuff because obviously similar as Avengers Infinity War, there was just a lot going on in the movie and stuff, trying to make a really good story in a way and stuff. I would definitely say this is like probably the best movie and stuff. I would say people prefer Infinity Stones over Endgame because there's just probably better lines in Infinity War and stuff than just an Endgame. It's just basically showing of enough of the Avengers just trying to get the time stones, and I mean not the time stone, the Infinity Stones, just to get bring everybody back and generally and stuff. That was just the main story of Avengers Endgame and stuff. So that is that. It is absolutely a crazy journey. Like we finally made it to at this point in a way and stuff. Fortunately enough, we have one more movie, ending of Phase 3 of the Bindi saga in a way and stuff, and that will be Spider-Man Far From Home. That is coming next and stuff. So again, get hyped. That is that. Yay! Like if you remember watching Iron Man in the first beginning and stuff, and if you were in the same journey with me making these videos for you guys and stuff, I absolutely appreciate of it and having this journey with me and stuff. It is crazy enough we're here in a way and stuff, and fortunately enough I'm excited for more videos to talk to you guys about, even more movies. Who knows if I'm going to do TV shows and stuff. You know, it's a big question mark out there for me and generally and stuff. But hopefully enough you guys liking this video, subscribe for more contents and stuff, comment below and stuff. But unfortunately enough, have a great day and thank you for watching.